migration to the LGBT movement to, as a matter of fact, I think you started out with us with the attack on America a long time ago. And so again, this is another of your topics, and I think we're glad to have you here again with us this month, because you missed last month, and during that time a lot of folks asked about you. And so I want you to know that you're very, very popular here, as well as being popular on the internet. And so let's start off again this morning by having you to give us some information about your background, your education, and your experiences, and then we'll have an opportunity to talk about, during the second segment, the rise and fall of Adolf Hitler. Let's do it from that perspective.
As you introduced me, my name is Alana McLaughlin. I have been featured on the show since about 2010, which would be about 5 years. I have a middle school education. I am 13 years old, and I am your granddaughter. I am very involved in the church and my school and programs such as the summer program for verbally and mathematically precocious youth at Western Kentucky University Center for Gifted Studies, as well as their summer camp for academically talented students. I'm also involved in the Junior National Young Leaders Conference, which I am proud to be an alumna of. And I am very close-knit in a lot of movements, like the Black Lives Matter movement and the LGBT movement. And so I like to keep myself aware of today's movements, and I try to get involved in what I can, because I do like to make a change.
And so in a real sense, you've had quite a bit of experience here as well as elsewhere dealing with a number of topics, but the topic today, I think, is somewhat intimidating in the sense that we often wonder what could an 11-year-old young lady, 13-year-old young lady, you started with us at 11, 13-year-old young lady bring to us dealing with the rise and fall of Adolf Hitler. Let's start it from that perspective, and during this first 6 minutes, then we'll pick up again after the first commercial break.
All right, well, the reason I chose this topic was because when I attended the summer program for verbally and mathematically precocious youth, I took a class entitled Nazi Germany and the Holocaust. In that class, we really dissected Nazi Germany, and we dissected the world wars, and we talked about the Holocaust. But a big part of the Holocaust was, of course, Adolf Hitler. And so we really talked about his mindset and what would make someone so full of hatred. And it really sparked my curiosity, and I wanted to share the information that I received from camp with you. And so basically, Adolf Hitler, born Adolf Schicklgruber, was born to a small family in which he didn't have very much. And so for his childhood, he lived the average life of anybody in that day. I mean, he wasn't very poor, yet wasn't very rich, and he was normal. But things started to slowly go downhill as both his parents passed away and he was denied entry into art school. That's when Adolf Hitler really hit the cliff and just spiraled into this crazy mindset that we know him for today.
And so in a real sense, his background had a very, very important part in terms of why you decided to select the issue of dealing with the Holocaust. As a matter of fact, I think we've talked about the Holocaust on this show before and several other issues dealing with the Second World War. As a matter of fact, you included Hitler as one of the 3 great dictators when we did that show dealing with the European dictators during the Second World War. I think you included Mussolini, you included Stalin, and you also included Adolf Hitler. And so you're back again dealing with Adolf Hitler. And I think that when we come back during the second segment, we've got about 30 seconds before we end this period. When we come back during the second segment, we'll have you to start off talking about the rise and fall of Adolf Hitler. And of course, we'll be back with our audience following this very, very short commercial break.